Hello, this is a quick video talk entitled Training to Failure for Strength. Is it a waste of time? Basically, in this video, I'm going to briefly discuss the processes of training, how it works and how we get stronger, and then the topic of training to failure, whether it's necessary. So what you see here is what's called GAS, or General Adaptation Syndrome. So basically, you have a fitness baseline. So for us in lifting sports, it's our strength levels. We train. After train, we induce fatigue. So directly after a heavy squat session, you're immediately weaker. But then after time, as the fatigue goes away and supercompensation takes place, we get stronger eventually. So it's the amount of fatigue in a session versus the benefit of the stimulus is kind of the issue we're looking at here. So if we take I'm going to use two lifters as an example to kind of put out a point. So lifter A has one squat session a week. They do 5 sets to failure with a load, and that's their training done for the week. Because that training is so fatiguing, they found that they can't do another meaningful effort in that week, so they leave it. Lifter B does 15 sets in the week, but they don't go anywhere near failure. They lift sub-maximally, but they accrue small amounts of fatigue from session to session. Therefore, when you look at the week total, lifter B has more volume in their week. Lifter A has less volume in their week. Now, if you kind of pay attention to any of the literature on this topic, as far as dose response to strength training, the meaningful things are weights over 80%, 80 to 85% is considered optimal. The amount of meaningful volume, that is the amount of successful lifts in the week. So let's say lifter A completes 30 lifts and lifter B completes 50 lifts with an equivalent load. Lifter A may be training harder in the first session, whereas lifter B isn't lifting quite so hard session to session. But over a time frame, I think lifter B is more likely to become stronger because they have more meaningful lifts in the week. They accrue more practice. They're putting more training stimulus in the correct place, the 80% plus of 1 RM. They have higher frequency of training. They have more going for them when it comes to getting better for squat. Things that training to failure has going for it are the cortisol responses, the hormonal responses that induce hypertrophy. So if your assistance work, you might want to look at going to failure and only going to failure with assistance. Since strength is skill specific, the only real way to get stronger at squatting is to squat. The only real way to get stronger at deadlifting is to deadlift. You can try variations of the two, like you can box squat, you can chain squat, you can deadlift from different heights. And they may have an effect as you'll get a training stimulus from them, you'll get better at the skill. But the more foreign the skill is to what you're trying to train, the more spurious that becomes. So basically what you should look at in your training is, what's your frequency? Can you lift with a higher frequency? And what's the fatigue of your sessions? Could you do more in a week if you trained less intensely in the session? And would that lead to better strength gains? I'll be willing to bet for most people they'll get better results with a higher frequency and lower volume in the sessions, but a higher weekly volume of work. Do you get stronger with both methods? Yep. Which is optimal? Guess that's for you to find out. This is Mark of castironstrength.com signing off.